Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LA Noire. So, we've really bungled this case. And it's really only the second case that we've done. The game really didn't do us enough tutorial. It didn't just have us, like, I don't know how else to say it. It didn't have us play the game right. Here's a wandering street crime that we may do. I feel like I should just reset the game, but restart this mission. But I'm gonna see where it goes.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
I feel like I'd like to see if the game actually forces me to play it all over again by itself, or if it's just gonna say, look, you did a bad job, but it's over, move on to the next case. If you want to play some more or try it a second time, that's up to you. And I guess anytime we see a car early on, we should just hop in it and then hop back out to unlock cars. 95 cars from the 40s and 50s is too many. Like, I don't even know how you would make that many cars realistically. In LA, I would be surprised if for different makes and models of cars there was only more than, say, 30. But slight year variations. So, let's see if we can talk to her. We're trying to find Gabrielle, which
You're
he's
in
here.
serious trouble, Miss Rodriguez.
But Gabriel is not here. I have done nothing wrong.
So we know. Let's ask her last contact with
Tell
Gabrielle.
us the truth, Anna. Has Gabriel been here?
I haven't seen him for at least 3 nights.
That's a lie. I can call her out on that with the plates.
You keep lying to me, and I'll send you and your baby to jail.
He lives here, but he hasn't come home. I swear it.
Really? Then what's with the 2 breakfast plates?
Enough, Anna. There are signs all over this place that he's been back.
He was here last night. I have never seen him so angry. He went out to his shed and put some things in it. I don't know what, and I don't want to know. I love him.
Notice that she's wearing a necklace because I suspect they didn't animate or facial scan below the neck. And so it probably awkwardly connects, or probably more accurately,
What do you want?
it probably doesn't connect at all to her neck and her chest,
We found a
and
license
doesn't
plate
connect to her
matching our
neck.
stolen vehicle in the shed. Add in the assortment of parts, and we can make Gabriel for a dozen other thefts. It's time to get serious, Anna.
You must ask these questions of Gabriel. I know nothing of these car parts.
Can we prove that she knows anything? Let's see. Stolen wheels. I doubt it.
Then tell us where he is. If your baby is born in prison, Anna, the corrections officers will take it from you. You will see your son or daughter through a metal grate for half an hour a week.
The start line is on 1st and Santa Fe. There is a spillway under the bridge that leads to the river. Many policia have wrecked trying to follow him.
We will put in a good word for you, Anna. As far as we're concerned, this sits with Gabriel.
So we
Start
got
line.
3 of 3, right?
That sounds like a street race to me. It's gotten out of hand this last year. No wonder Delgado has such an eye for fine automobiles.
We know where the kid is. Let's go stop these clowns and get them off the street.
Stomp the clowns. Yeah, this is how police should talk. Wait a minute. For a second there, it looked like the plate was bent at at a 90-degree angle, but no, it's actually 2 plates. Actually, a lot of animation there for dirty dishes. So, I think we're going to end up in a car race, and that's going to be the end of it. We'll just try and capture.
Seems like a decent guy.
So, location. We had to go back here. Or set destination. And then let's look at locations again. Okay, it circles and uncircles whatever your destination is in an odd way. And clues. Seems like there's probably a dozen clues that we may have missed. Feels like that, probably not that much.
You're behind the wheel.
What kind of man leaves his pregnant girlfriend at home while he goes off to play cars?
Pregnant girlfriends aren't always a barrel of laughs. Everyone needs to let off a little steam. Some guys wouldn't come back home at all.
Are you talking from experience?
Nice little quips. Feels very Dragnet-like, but
There's
a
the
little
red
bit.
Ford. That's Delgado right there.
I notice she's wearing a necklace, neckerchief too.
Phelps, 1247. Requesting assistance at First and Santa Fe. Reports of an illegal street.
Oops.
Stay on Delgado.
So I've got to be
Quick as we
careful
shut
here.
One of these races down, another one springs up somewhere else. Kids used to steal cars to sell them. Now they just want to wrap them around a lamppost. The next 16-year-old I have to peel off the sidewalk, you're calling me. I've had enough of those to last me a lifetime.
So I'm crashing into these cars that don't really matter. And they just kind of fall apart like toys.
Getting away. Gonna lose him.
Well, what happens if I lose them? Do I have to start over again? Yes. Case failed, suspect escaped. And then I hit A, and it restarts me.
There's the red Ford. That's Delgado right there.
So you're not really going to smash the cars. That's not what they want. They want you to try to drive, and
Phelps,
they've
1247.
specifically made it
Requesting
so
assistance at First
you
and
have to
Santa Fe.
drive.
Reports of an illegal street.
Can't opt out of this. I wouldn't inherently say that I should miss on all this stuff.
Quick as we shut one of these races down, another one springs up somewhere else.
But
Kids used to steal
there
cars
needs to be
sell them.
better
Now they
programming
just wanna
here,
wrap them
particularly
around a
since
lamppost.
this is
The next
from the
16-year-old I have to peel off the sidewalk, you're calling me.
creators or
enough
the
of
same
those to
company
last
that
me a
made GTA, where the car mechanics are supposed to be good.
Delgado is our boy.
This
Forget
is
the others.
awkward. Awkward to drive old cars. Try a little handbrake action with the B
Gonna
button.
lose him.
I think that was the handbrake. Maybe. And now we've gotten barrels.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Like I gotta get fast enough, and that's not happening. Like it seems like it's specifically designed so that the car is always a little bit higher. And we hop out of here. And
Gabriel Delgado, you're under arrest for grand theft auto.
I was pressing A to
Fuck you, puto! You should speak to the maricon. Valdez, I showed him. Now who's a man? I should have burned his fucking car.
GTA reference.
You got a foreign dignitary outed as a fruit and a kitty raper, a
car dealer we're gonna let slide for the kickbacks, and a street punk car.
We didn't even get any of
Tell
that
won't be taking
information.
liberties with other people's autos again anytime soon. That Detective Phelps is not a bad haul. You keep your chin low and your hands high, and you keep bringing me clearances just like that one. That's textbook policing, and we need more of it in this department.
It's so inappropriate that the game is saying I did a good job on this mission. I did not really get any of that information, that the consulate had been having an affair with the underage street racer. I got nowhere close to the fact that the car dealership was getting kickbacks, and like, it's weird. It's weird. So as far as vehicle damage, I took $26 worth of damage, which might be a lot, might be little. No injuries, no city damage, and the case is closed. As far as clues found, we found 14 of 17. As far as questions correct, 6 of 12. We were running nearly 50% ratio there. But the game let us go forward and said good job. So instead of replaying, which would be kind of ridiculous, we just move forward, I guess. And if I was to replay this level
You have any plans for
after
weekend
doing
liberty,
all
Jack?
the
My
other
sisters have
story
been working in
missions, I
Los
wouldn't
Angeles in a
remember
bomber
the
factory.
answers and
They're coming down to
the
visit.
location
I'm
of
meeting them at
clues
the station at
anyways.
6.
Good for you, Jack. Are they cute?
My sisters, Hank. Attention!
What would be
Final inspection
really
before
funny is if
liberty.
I tried to replay the mission 2 or 3 times and still didn't get it perfect. That would be a huge waste of time.
Good job, Kelso.
So we can see Kelso is good at being a warrior, where Cole is good at being a stickler for rules.
Are we going somewhere, gentlemen? Full inspection. It had better be exceptional if any of you want liberty this weekend. Kelso, this carbine. The bore is dirty.
No, it isn't.
Are you arguing with me, Kelso?
Do what you need to do, Sergeant. You know the bore is immaculate.
Weekend liberty canceled. 2-day field drill. Clean this rifle.
No.
Do you know the penalty for insubordination, Kelso?
Jack, don't do it.
Forget him, Hank. He doesn't have what it takes.
Are you two finished? Are you going to clean this rifle?
No, Sergeant. Cole is right. I'm going to stop playing games and join a rifle company and fight the real enemy.
So he washes out, and Cole stays as an officer and gets all the glory, where you might assume that Kelso very possibly got killed in the war. Lots of people did. So we have a hit and run, which would be...
All right, gentlemen.
Would
I just
that
got
really
this
be
handed
the
to me.
vehicle
A
job?
hit-and-run felony at Ray's Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a patrolman on site. The coroner's on his way. Get down there, see if you can find any witnesses who can put a make on the car.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
So what's funny here is
Moving up to a 45.
here's all the cars. Cases you've unlocked or downloaded, you can be accessed and for replay via the cases section of the main menu. And here's the total homicides per year. 100 per year.
Those vice boys get any on the side?
I bet it's 5 times that these days in Hollywood. So let's see, can we change our outfit? That was what I was gonna do. Let's reel him down this way.
Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
They weren't even his prints, and he still confessed.
I don't want to be rude, but I ain't got time for talk.
And finding the exit to this building is such a hassle.
Keep talking. Someday you'll say something intelligent.
And I don't really think there's any reason to take a different car. So we only have one location, Ray's Cafe, and we don't want to drive there. If we look at the map now that we're out of the building, we could change outfits too. We could take a slight break and do the street crime. I think what we probably should do though is go halfway through missions and then do one street crime. That's not going to exactly work out perfectly as far as statistics. Let's see, because story cases complete 5 of 21 and we just did one and it didn't count. So they must be expanding what they mean by story cases, because that wasn't one of them apparently. And we didn't find any newspaper, which isn't really surprising. We didn't find any film reels, and we didn't find any landmarks. And I imagine if we're going to find the landmarks, then we've got to drive all around the city, don't we? And if we're going to drive around the city, then we might as well do the street crimes when we're doing that. And I don't think I'm actually going to do any of those things, honestly. So, outfit. We got a new outfit, which is the Sword of Justice. And we started with the Golden Boy, and let's do the Sharpshooter. Did that say it changes your ability to shoot? That wouldn't make any sense. Outfits. Sometimes you can do outfits, sometimes you can't. Shoot straighter with a Garrett and a Colt 45. Oh, it changes your gun. Alright. Drive me to the scene.
You know the way. You can drive.
Just get me out of it.
Looks like the DA is going to press charges. Anna Rodriguez might do time.
I'll speak to the DA. She suffered enough.
I don't know, Cole. She's an easy make, and the DA likes convictions.
So the DA is
convince him to let her go.
Is gonna try to press charges on the pregnant girl.
I'll give him something better.
So you get this little wrap up as you're going to the next case, and eventually the cases sometimes do intertwine in a small way. Or kind of a big way. There's one big case. Honestly, they might have done better if they had just focused on the one big case from the beginning.
Cole Phelps.
Because we're kind of nowhere near that big case. I'm trying not to spoil things.
Patterson walked out of the bar and into the street.
And
car hit over there,
if this was a shorter game just focused on that, it might work better.
The only one with anything useful to contribute is the young lady over there. She lives above the bar. Name is Shannon Perry. No, it's not a stage name. 24 years old, she left Kansas to follow the yellow brick road.
Is that so?
We'll take a formal statement later. Right now, we're going to take a look around.
I kind of like the idea of having different suits. So many games when you get different outfits or armors, it's silly. But to just be like, you're gonna be dressed nicely in suits would be cool. I've kind of wondered why there hasn't ever been some deal with fashion models that do the crazy fashion in video games.
Poor guy didn't stand a chance.
Like, hire somebody to
Up here. Car must have struck him from behind.
to animate like high fashion. I guess probably the reason for that more than anything is that it would probably not look very good to try to animate that. Fire and Life. The receipt of your application for 14F and you payout of $10,000. 16,000. So
Madison has life insurance.
So he's $16,000 back then. Roughly $50,000-$60,000, maybe a lot more. Maybe $160,000. Still kind of small. And this is the exact same wallet that we looked at before. Bunch of $1 bills. And it's the same. They just reskinned the picture. And the same ID.
We can notify next of kin.
And when you look at multiple things, you don't turn the wallet around, and he doesn't ever look for money in the wallet either. And I guess the game really doesn't get so tricky as to like have you notice he's not wearing a wallet.
What have you got on the victim?
He's not wearing a watch. He's not wearing a ring.
He was intoxicated at the time of the accident. I'll know how intoxicated once I've done the autopsy. Looking him over now, I'd say he died on impact.
What about the chest wound? Isn't that inconsistent?
Very common in auto injuries. Look for a car with a prominent hood ornament. Those things are killers.
So we get the coroner report immediately from him. Let's look at how many intuition points we have. We seem to have 4. So we bungled it before. I suppose it would only be right to try to do this perfectly this time. Just use all the intuition points. Like, there's so many collectibles that I could have probably found them all.
Careful where you're stepping, Phelps. I don't come down to the station house and tap dance on your
Body
desk.
traveled a good 20 feet.
20 feet. What does that mean? Does that mean tell you speed of how how far they were aiming?
This blood is a long way from the body. The car must have been going like a bat out of hell.
Okay, so those two things together tell you that the car was going very, very fast. Interesting how the lights are here to help you.
The driver managed to brake before the impact.
Interesting. I don't know if at police scenes they search all the trash cans, but they probably do. If I was to venture a rough guess, I'd say they probably search way more thoroughly than you would think. A knife. So this was not a situation of him just being hit by a car. He was stabbed.
A knife covered in blood.
Could be a steak knife. This is a hit-and-run case, Phelps. Anyone could have thrown away a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
In any case, we'll want tech services to scrub the alleyway before they bag the knife.
I don't think so. I don't think for a second you throw away a bloody knife like that. You wash it.
I'll take the bartender. You work the rest of the room.
And there's another newspaper. Shrink promises mental breakthrough.
Courtney, come in. Have a seat.
Thanks.
How are you finding working at the clinic?
It's, fine.
He's really quiet.
Are you sure?
Can I be honest with you, Doctor?
I would hope so, Courtney.
I was hoping that the therapy would be more beneficial.
Treatment can unfortunately be very long-term.
So many of the patients here are addicts, Doctor.
Many of them have been for years, Courtney. In the past, these people were condemned in sanatoriums. We can reveal the root of the problem, and we have a chance to help them.
And until then, they stay sedated?
Do I detect a hint of reproach, Courtney?
I was expecting more, Doctor. Sorry. I don't mean to criticize.
Part of being a physician, Courtney, is learning to be patient.
How is it
These
possible
faces look so
many of
weird.
them on their medications, Doctor? Many of their addictions are illegal.
Oh, many things in life are gray, Courtney. What may on the surface appear to be illegal is actually of benefit to society at large.
So this guy is selling drugs and giving drugs to people.
I'm Detective Phelps of the LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
Name would be a good start.
The audio sounds so
Hired
weird.
help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Where is the owner?
He stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
So, do you have any association with the victim?
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
That seems true, so I'm gonna say yes.
Not one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
Was Lester drinking alone?
No. He came here with his wife. She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
And see, if I really want to get everything right, I would have to use an intuition point for every question, and then I would never have enough.
What can you tell me about the accident?
Not a lot. It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
Let's see, I doubt that.
So what was he doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the sidewalk.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight. The owner made him take it outside. It was pretty ugly.
So I got two things done, and it's taking more and more to go up a rank. So we may take the entire game to get to rank 20, which means unless we get intuition points for other actions, we're gonna be stuck. Even if you got intuition points for doing the side crimes, that wouldn't really help very much. Like, it needs to either refill or just allow us to go to an easy mode.
Aren't you at least gonna try to catch the man that did this?
She's just, I'm waiting here.
Miss Perry?
Yes?
I'm Detective Phelps. This is my partner, Detective Bukowski.
So I'm thinking what happened here is the wife stabbed him, or the bartender stabbed him.
Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I came to the window because I heard people arguing downstairs.
Notice the neck covering again. It will be on every single character. Why would I disbelieve that? Why would I say that's a lie?
And what happened?
I saw a car hit that poor man and knock him down the street.
Let's ask about the vehicle description.
What kind of car was it?
A dark red Lincoln Continental.
Why would I doubt her?
Did you see the license plate?
Only the first 3 letters, I'm afraid.
That's good enough.
C8.
You know, a partial print, if the license system is like how it is now, they only give certain letters to certain styles of cars. So if you have a partial license plate and a description of the car, that's good enough to find it. And since she got half of it, that's probably more than enough.
Tell me more about the argument you heard.
Well, there were 2 voices. A man and a woman. That's all.
I'm gonna say I doubt that.
Why are you holding out on us, Miss Perry?
I'm sorry. I was hoping to tell my story to the newspapers. I'd like to get my picture in the paper. trying to find work as an actress, and things are pretty difficult.
Cough it up, sister. We don't have all night.
People arguing? They were husband and wife. I could tell by what she was yelling. Intimate things. Very embarrassing for the man.
Thank you, Miss Perry. Your information has been very helpful. You can go now.
You really think so? I hope you find that driver and put him away.
Certainly got away with the dames, Phelps.
Give it a rest, Bukowski.
Let's see what the patrons have to say.
So the weird thing here is the fact that because of this facial scan technology, they're actually slightly disenfranchising voice actors. And right now, as of this recording, the SAG-AFTRA, Screen Actors Guild, I don't know what AFTRA stands for, is on strike for the voice actors in video games, particularly since voice actors in video games have been often hired to do one thing and then they show up at the job and they're told to jump in a mocap suit and do something that they weren't planning on it. They're often asked to work long hours, often screaming and making sounds as you might expect from a character in a video game. Think something along the lines of Dragon Ball Z. And sometimes they're in mocap suits and they're asked to make dangerous actions, such as jumping from a tall place onto a cushion, or just jumping from a tall place in general so they can be mocapped. And they wanted a little bit of residuals too, based on how much a video game sells. So it was effectively 1 day's pay is what they're asking for every million copies of a video game sold, up to 8 million, I think is the numbers. So in my opinion, they're not really asking a lot. But this game, having the fact that the voice actors that are being used are also having their faces,
but having cops hanging around ain't exactly good for business.
Hurts all the voice actors that don't look good. Just to put it simply, it hurts anybody that's not pretty in the voice acting industry, and that's kind of a shame and unnecessary. Like,
putting you through now.
The last thing I would want to hear is video game voice actors have to go get plastic surgery so that mocap looks better.
I need to run a partial license plate, 3 Charles 8. Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a red Lincoln Continental.
Just a moment, detective.
Now, of course, whatever they're doing
on that license, registered to a
is
William Shelton,
flipping through paperwork.
738 West Temple Street.
Thanks for your help.
So we've got now the name.
Looks like we caught a break on this one.
Let's see what's back here. Just a...
So this is why everybody comes to Ray's.
They found out that they're playing poker in the back, illegal gambling. And there's no investigation music or anything like this. So, unless the game's going to give me a prompt to tell me I've done everything, I think maybe there's nothing else to do. Let's talk about the argument. So there is one more question.
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
I'm gonna believe that.
What was it about?
Who knows? The slightest thing could set those two off.
Thanks for your help, Lynch. I'm gonna need you to sign a statement with the patrolman.
Sure, no problem.
You get anything out of the regulars?
They weren't giving too much away. They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day. And Lester was a fan of the love tap.
so Lester would hit his wife.
Sorry, pal, that's all I got. Even bartenders run out of gossip.
So immediately here we failed to get 100% on the mission. You literally are going to have a walkthrough if you wanted to succeed perfectly. It's just not going to happen. That is a prime example of, while what he said was true, how it was said was somehow supposed to teach me that it was one we were supposed to doubt. Let's see if I can hit B and hit Y and get out of this car. Any parking lot is probably worth seeing if we unlock. And see, it was programmed to have it set up and just immediately jump to the idea of where we were heading to. Alright, let's set our location and then hit Y and just have the other guy drive. Gonna have to look at the clues. Alright, so I want to go not to the Patterson. I want to go to the Shelton residence, I believe. And set that as the destination and hit Y.
You can drive.
And where is the guy? He's way over there. And he won't jump a fence, so that's not gonna happen. And well, I could probably jump, drive through that fence. Crawl a kill. Fast. Insect spray? Oh. Come on. Oh, that car I can't take because it's part of the scenery, so I have to run over here. A lot of businesses, a lot of work done to all of this.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
But mostly it's just storefronts. Just designs. Still a lot of work. A ton of work that didn't need to be done.
Break getting a partial ID. These cases are usually dead in the water after 24 hours if no one comes forward.
Why don't they just stop?
You heard about fight or flight during the war?
Sure. Never back your enemy into a corner. That kind of stuff.
Right. Well, in a hit and run, the perp is already in flight. It's easier to keep going. It takes a degree of moral courage to stop.
That wasn't me that crashed.
You're not as dumb as you make yourself out to be, are you, Stefan?
I didn't know I was making myself out to be dumb.
Wow. Does that count against me that the AI crashed the car? So I guess if you wanted a perfect, if there was like an achievement to get a perfect case, you probably should go back and do the very first tutorial one. Why did time jump forward?
That's the son of a bitch right there. William Shelton?
Yes?
It doesn't look good, Shelton. You packing your bags and making a run for it? You know why we're here.
Yes. The accident.
We've got witnesses who can put this car at the scene, not to mention the physical damage. This is open and shut, Shelton.
That coward thinks he can run from everything.
So there's a collectible car that I would like to Oh man, I'm gonna lose. Let's take a moment here. Since I'm gonna lose anyways. Get over here. Come back here. No. You're getting it. I'm getting in this car. Whether you want it or not, you're gonna stop and I'm gonna get in this car. Suspect escaped. Darn it. It's so ridiculous. We are here at 5:03 a.m. And what do they do? I guess what they were gonna do is just 7:43 a.m. They literally sat outside the car. At any point they could have called the police in overnight and surrounded the building, had them ready and available. Maybe they didn't know what
William Shelton?
Yes?
apartment he was
Doesn't
in.
look good, Shelton. You packing your bags and making a run for it? You know why we're here.
This is just bad police work, wasting
The
2 hours.
accident.
We've got
Plus,
witnesses who can put this car at the scene. Not to mention
That coward
let's
thinks
go
he
ahead
can
and
run
just
from
hit
him.
A and skip. And this time let's notice that is a different Alco car, but the same, different color paint job, but the same style of car. People are running all over the place.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
City damage. As the game is not going to really complain too much about me crashing.
Driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away.
Come on. Now if I lose this guy, I'm all the way back to the beginning. And clearly they've got it segmented in such a way that he's not just at any point capable of being stopped. They want me to go through these areas.
He's heading into the station. Go on, get after him.
Union Station. Case failed, suspect killed. I apparently slammed into the car and ran the other car into
That coward thinks he can run from him.
him. Here's another segment that could have been just an animated section, just a cutscene. Since this is about doing detective work,
Come on.
we don't need really to fight him. We don't really need to have an entire system around driving and crashing. And
No wonder he killed someone driving like this.
I don't know if I'm doing much better. I know where he's going. It seems like they intentionally
Enough games,
put
Phelps.
the
Take this
car
guy out.
in a place where he will, where you'll almost swerve into oncoming traffic and hit somebody else. But then a car almost hit me, and that didn't seem like that was intentionally there. And see, that time he didn't hit the post.
He's heading into the station. Go on, get after him.
This time,
Hold it right there, Sheldon.
where is he? He's right here.
How's a vehicular manslaughter rap sound, Shelton?
I hit him. I admit it. I just panicked, but it wasn't my fault.
What do you mean?
The guy jumped right out in front of me. He came out of nowhere. There's nothing I could do about it.
Why didn't you stop?
I've had accidents before.
That's it. We're done here. The DA is gonna love you.
They weren't all my fault. I'm a surveyor. I need my license for my job. There were people around. A woman and a man were standing right next to him. I thought they could get him to a hospital. I'm telling you, it's not my fault.
The guy is dead, Shelton.
You can't be serious.
William Shelton, you're coming downtown. We need to talk about a manslaughter charge.
And see, this would be very weird if this
Coroner and
ended.
paperwork. Procedure can wait. We should probably go speak to the wife and let her know what's happening.
Like,
Okay. You become all heart at the prospect of paperwork, don't you?
so. Press B to view discovered landmarks. Landmarks will be added to your main map once discovered. So what is the landmark? Map. Union Station. Designed. So very possibly just through the playing of the game you might discover all the landmarks. This doesn't make any sense. I'm holding B, I'm pressing B, and none of that's working. Nice sundial. So the game felt kind of awkward there, because for a second it felt like I was intentionally going to be able to finish this story without learning anything about the stabbing that I assume is what's going to happen. And could police park in front of police boxes? Or maybe anybody could park in front of a police box, since those are things that don't exist anymore.
Excuse me, I'm short on time.
Let's see. I tried to talk to that police officer as if he would have something interesting to say. So as far as maps go, we could run and do this and take a little bit of a break. Or we can go to the Patterson residence or the Shelton residence, which I seriously doubt there would be any reason why I'd want to go back to the Shelton residence. As far as locations go, we can go back to Ray's Cafe or the Patterson residence. As far as clues go, we've found several clues but not really had an interview, and yet we still somehow messed everything up. We have Lester Patterson, we have the lady that was a bystander, this guy, and like when I review evidence, in all honesty, I would like to just pay intuition points to undo mistakes instead of having the game help me avoid mistakes. I think at the end I'd prefer it just say, look, you've got some intuition points, let's just pretend like you said the right thing and you did the right thing, because this game is a little wonky and its system is a little bit unfair, in all honesty. Sometimes the answers that you think are the right answers, or at least I think are the right answers, turn out to not be. And then we have Lorna Patterson that we need to question, and we're not even going to question him, so all of that conversation, like from the point where we arrived at his residence to arresting him, could have been one rather quick cutscene, and you could have just taken out the car chase part completely. Let's see, is there anything I could do with intuition right now as we're working towards it? Not really. And then I don't know why it says social club on the left. That seems really crazy. Also, it says who our partner is on the log, which means eventually we'll probably get a different partner, which makes a lot of sense too. Anyways, it's been another 50 minutes, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.